Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJL Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 1983 season is on the air. We're starting a little early today due to the national championship. The game actually begins. The television broadcast actually starts at 7:30. The game probably really won't start until about 8 with all the pageantry. So I wanted to get the game in anyway. I did want to get the game in. Today's date is May 13th, 1983. We are at Royal Stadium for our first look at these two teams as the Detroit Tigers take on the Kansas City Royals. The Tigers and the Royals come into this game pretty much in reverse. The Tigers are 18-9. They're right behind the Yankees early in the American League East. The Royals are 9-17. They are definitely right now in last place in the American League West. But right now, these two will face each other. It's our first look at these two teams for the 83 season. So hopefully we'll have a good game tonight. I want to try to move through the game quickly so, of course, we can get to the national championship for those of you who want to watch the game. And for those of you who want to watch this right now, we're ready to play a little baseball. Jeremy Brooks, Ben Witz, and Brian B. are first to join us here at Royal Stadium. Kansas City historically won this game 5-2. The Royals had 8 hits and 2 errors. The Tigers had 11 hits and 2 errors. It was pretty much an ugly game with 4 errors combined, but as we all know, Inside Pitch has a mind of its own. So hopefully we have a good matchup tonight between Detroit and Kansas City. And I want to play some baseball. So I started late last night. Today we start early due to the game. So let's get right to it. Let's begin here. Starting pitcher for the Kansas City Royals will be Dennis Leonard. He only had 10 starts in 83. 6 wins, 3 losses, a 3.71 ERA. I guess he got hurt later in the year. We are at Royal Stadium. This is a pitcher's park. Only 116 home runs in here. -5 to strikeouts. We may not see many Ks tonight. And -3 to walks. Royal Stadium definitely had a very low strikeout and walk factor. I did take a look at the stats for Royal Stadium in 83. Why it got the -5, and trust me, it is deserved. As Chris utilizes the ballpark factors for strikeout, walks, and home runs, and one of the reasons why it is where it's at. So we're all set and ready to go. For those of you, of course, who do not know, I thought I'd let you know, Chris Davis has released the 2002 and 2005 seasons now for Inside Pitch. So for those of you who wanted to play the Moneyball season with the 02 Athletics and to get the Chicago White Sox win their World Series in 05, those seasons are now available. So please check them out if you wish to purchase them. 2002 and 2005 are now available. He now has only 2 seasons missing in his inventory before he has 1956 to 2023, soon to be 24. Please check them out if those are a couple of seasons you are interested in. Let's go to the top of the first. Leading off for the Tigers will be the second baseman, Lou Whitaker, who in my opinion should be in the Hall of Fame. 320 average, 12 homers, 72 RBIs in 83. We're going to use blue, white, and white dice. Royals are the home team. Fans here in Kansas City would like to see their Royals get a win. Tigers trying to stay with the Yanks here early in this 83 season. Let's see what happens tonight. Leonard, 6-2, blank. Whitaker, 1, I'm going to move that back, 1-6, and that's going to be a ground out to second base. That'll be handled by Frank White. And White's going to get that and toss it over for out number 1. That'll bring up the third baseman, Hojo Howard Johnson, future World Series champion on a team in 1986. 212 average, 3 homers, 5 RBIs, only played in 27 games that year. Really a young Howard Johnson. Leonard, 2-4, it's a blank. Johnson, 5-2, hits one into left field, an easy play for Willie Wilson, and he'll make that catch. 2 down. And that will bring up the Detroit designated hitter. The man you don't believe what you just saw, Mr. Kirk Gibson. Heck of a player. 227 average, 15 homers, 51 RBIs. And yes, he hit one of the greatest home runs in World Series history. Leonard will pitch. 1-5, pitcher result. That 3 is going to be a base hit right past the pitcher. Gibson will get a single, and he'll hit that right up the middle and to keep the inning going. Joel Turney joins us here in Royal Stadium. And that will bring up the catcher, Lance Parrish. I always felt Parrish was a solid catcher. 269 average, 27 homers, 114 RBIs in 83. That's a pretty good year. Gibby had 14 stolen bases in 83. He will not get any here. Leonard, 1-4, strikeout 9, and nope, that's going to be too high. Parrish, 5-6, and he hits one into left field. That's a 2 against the righty. Parrish is going to lead off, is going to get himself a double. Will it score Gibson? With 2 outs, base runner 5. A double to left, -2, 1-3. He will score. Parrish gets an RBI double to bring in Gibson. It's 1-0 Cats. So Parrish comes on there, and he will bring in an RBI, a double for him. Nice leadoff double for Parrish, and an RBI as it is. Next batter is the left fielder, Larry Herndon. I felt he was solid. 302 average, 20 homers, 92 RBIs in 83. Parrish on it, second. Strategy. That's a 2. Parrish is going to stay where he is. Leonard, 4-4. That's a walk plus 10, and that will walk him. He will walk Herndon. That's the first walk given up by Leonard. He only had 18 in 83. And so far, Leonard gets 2 quick outs. Now he's given up a single, a double, and a walk. And now we will see the right fielder, Glenn Wilson, 268 average, 11 homers, 65 RBIs in 83. Strategy roll, nothing on the 7. Leonard, 3-3, it's a blank. Wilson, 4-4, and it's a ground ball to third. That'll be handled there by some bum named Brett. He's going to throw to first to get Wilson, and that will retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits and a walk. And the Tigers take a quick 1-0 lead here going in the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the Detroit Lions will be Jack Morris, Hall of Famer. I sometimes really wonder about that. But in this case, I'll go ahead and write a check. 20 wins, 13 losses, a 3.34 ERA. Not saying Jack Morris wasn't a heck of a pitcher. Morris the Cat was. But a Hall of Famer, I look at his stats, close. But I'll write a check for it. He is the starting pitcher for the Tigers tonight. Let's see what the Royals have here. Leading off for the Royals will be the left fielder, Willie Wilson. Heck of a player. 276 average, 2 homers, 33 RBIs in 83. I'm sure Chuck Rawlings will show up here at one point. Morris will pitch. Morris the Cat, 6'5", strikeout 20. That will miss. Wilson, 1-1, base hit. Wilson leads off with a single into left. So the Royals get a man early on there. And that will see the catcher, John Wathan, 245 average, 2 homers, 32 RBIs. Doug Hunt joins us here at Royal Stadium. Wilson's going to stay where he is. Morris with the pitch. 4-6 against the righty. It's a blank. Wathan, 5-2. Ground ball to short. 5-4-5. Second base pivot. Whitaker, 0, 1-5. They'll get it. 2 outs at the double play. 6-4-3 double play to erase Wilson as Wathan hits right into. Wathan hit into a lot of double plays. His ground ball, his double play rating is a 5. 2 men down, And that will bring up the third baseman, Hall of Famer. Yes, one of the greatest of all time, of course, Mr. George Brett. And the debate continues. Who would you rather have at third, George Brett or Mike Schmidt? I don't care at anybody. Who do you have at third base, George Brett or Mike Schmidt? I really think, as great as George Brett was, I still think it's no contest. I think Mike Schmidt wins hands down. Brett had a good year in 80, a young George Brett, by the way. 310 average, 25 home run. Actually, not so young. 25 homers and 93 RBIs in 83. So Brett is at the plate. Morris the cat. 4-2, strikeout, 15, no way. Brett, 2-1, hits one into center field. That'll be an easy play for a guy named Lemon, and he'll make the catch and retire the side. No runs and a hit for the Royals. 1-0 Tigers after one. As Doug Hunt says, I want Schmidt in my lineup, and I totally agree. I totally agree. As good as George Brett was, and he was great. He's one of the greatest of all time, yes. I still think Mike Schmidt is still the better overall player. We go to the top of the second, and leading off for the Tigers is going to be the center fielder, Chet Lemon. Is there a more underrated player than Chet Lemon? Is there a more underrated player Chet Lemon goes in there with Amos Otis and George Orta. Chet Lemon, what an underrated player. He was a star. 255 average, 24 homers, 69 RBIs. He can hit for power, and he can field. Leonard, 6'3", strikeout, no. Lemon, 5'2", and that's a grounder to second base, handled there by Frank White, and he'll toss it over for the out. One away. And that will bring up the first baseman, Enos Cabell, 311 average, 5 homers, 46 RBIs. That is a good year. That was a good year. Leonard, 2-2, error on a throw. Cabell, 4-6 against the righty. It's a ground ball to second base. Frank Wright's error rating is a 3. That's a 13. He won't make an error. White's going to get that, and he will throw it over for the out, 2 down. And that will bring up the shortstop, Alan Trammell, Hall of Famer. Yes and no. Yes, he's a Hall of Famer, but no, he needs Lou Whitaker in there with him. 319 average, 14 homers, 66 RBIs. One of the reasons why Alan Trammell is a Hall of Famer is because of Whitaker. And Whitaker needs to be in there with him. I'm pretty sure nobody will, I don't think anybody will have an issue with that. Clee baseball fan joins us here at Royal Stadium. Leonard will pitch. Leonard, 6-1 against the righty, strikeout, not happening. Trammell, 2-3, hits one into center field. That'll be handled by Amos Otis, and that will make the catch and retire the side. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Leonard. We'll go to the bottom of the second. As Brian B says, I put Whitaker in before Morris. That I could agree with. Lou Whitaker was a heck of a player. Gets no respect. Bottom of the second, leading off for the Royals will be the Kansas City designated hitter, Hal McRae. Good player. 311 average, 12 homers, 82 RBIs. David Vega joins us here at Royal Stadium. Morris over Baines. Morris the cat. 2-4. It's a blank. McRae, 5-4. Ground out, second base. Whitaker will get to that, and over to first it goes. 1 down. And now we'll see the first baseman, Willie Aikens. Always felt he was an unsung hero for the Royals. 302 average, 23 homers, 72 RBIs in 83. Morris will pitch. Morris, 2-4. It's a blank. Aikens, 5-5. Got the grounder to first. And that will be handled there by Cabell. And he'll take it to the bag himself for the out, 2 down. And now we'll see another underrated player, center fielder, Amos Otis. 261 average, 4 homers, 41 RBIs. Does anyone have a problem if I say Otis was underrated? Morris will pitch. 3-4, strikeout 5, swing and a miss, struck him out. He'll get him on that. He's a 14, -5 makes him a 9. He'll get it, and that will be a strikeout for Morris. He had 232 of them in 83, and that is his first strikeout. 1, 2, 3, go the Royals. 1-0 Tigers after 2. Yeah, it's pretty balmy down here in South Florida. It's 61 degrees. It's pretty chilly. It's a very chilly 61 degrees down here in SoFla. Just thought you might want to know. Very chilly down here in South Florida. 61. Brr. I wonder who's gonna give me the block dragon after that. Top of the third, Lou Whitaker leads off for the Cats. He's 0 for 1. Leonard will pitch. Leonard, 5-5, wild pitch. It's a blank. Whitaker, 5-6, base hit. Whitaker hits a single into center. That's his first hit of the game. That'll bring up Hojo. Johnson is 0 for 1. I will take that. Thanks, Robert. XSG2 joins us here at Royal Stadium. No need for the block dragons to take by Harold Baines highlights. I may just ban you for that. Strategy roll. Whitaker stays put. Leonard will pitch. Leonard, 5-6, strikeout, no. Johnson, 3-5, ground ball to first. Grounder to first, 3-3-3. Shortstop pivot is UL Washington. That's a +1. A 1-4, it's a double play. No. That play is going to be handled by Akins. He's not going to have a chance on Whitaker. He'll take the sure out. So Whitaker moves to second on the grounder to first. And that'll bring up Gibson. Gibson got a single his first time up. Again, I'd like to remind everyone who didn't hear me earlier, the 2002 and 2005 seasons for Inside Pitch have now been released by Chris Davis. So for those of you who want to play the 2002 Moneyball Oakland Athletics or the World Series champion 2005 Chicago White Sox, boy, that's far removed from last year's 2024 White Sox, isn't it? Those seasons are now available. So so if you want, they are available now. 2002, 2005, 2003, 2006, and 2024 are coming up next. Whitaker on at second. Here's Gibby. Got a single his first time up. He will get the bunt sign, but he's going to swing. Leonard, 1-2 against the lefty. It's blank. Gibson, 1-4, and that's a fly out to center field. That's going to be caught by Otis for out number 2. Whitaker, good speed. Base runner 4, hit the center, -1. And Otis, a +2, though. So a 1-5. Whitaker's going to take third. He will. One thing about Otis, not a good arm there in center field. So Whitaker will take third base on the deep fly. 2 outs, here's Parrish. Parrish got an RBI double his first time up. 20 years ago. Unbelievable, isn't it? Let's see. Strategy roll. And nothing happening. Leonard. Jeez, I keep dropping dice everywhere. Leonard. 2-2. Error on a throw. Parrish. 6-6. And that's going to be an infield single. That's going to be an infield single. The question is it going to be an error? That's hit to short. That's going to get picked up by UL Washington. His error rating is a 13. That's a 10. He's still going to try to get him out. He's going to throw the ball away. That's going to be a single and an error. Parrish automatically will take second. Whitaker will score. 2-0 Tigers. Stadium groans. So that's a base hit for Parrish. And that is going to be an E6. And that is the first error on the Royals. They had two of them historically in the game. So Parrish will get the second base on a single, and it's thrown away by Washington. So now we have another man on second. Here comes Herndon. Herndon walked his first time up. Brian Patterson joins us here at Royal Stadium. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 17. Leonard. 2-2, error on a throw. Herndon, 1-6, and that is going to be a fly out. It'll be a fly ball to center field. Otis will go ahead and get it, make the catch, and retire the side. 1 run, 2 hits, and 1 error. The Tigers now have a 2-0 lead going in the bottom of the third. Morris the Cat back on. And leading off for the Royals will be the second baseman, Frank White. I always felt he had a solid career. 260 average, 11 homers, 77 RBIs in 83. Sean McNair joins us here at Royal Stadium. Morris, 4-2, strikeout 10, no. White, 2-6. I don't know, it's a line drive hit right to short, but Trammell's got it, 1 out. Hit hard, but right into his glove. Next up is the first baseman, Joe Simpson. I'm sorry, right fielder. Simpson's in right field for this game. Simpson, eh? I'll have to remember that name. 168 average, no homers, 8 RBIs. Joe Simpson's in right field. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm rolling a strat. Morris, 5-2, strikeout 7. Yeah, called strike 3 on Simpson. He'll get it. That's going to be the second K for Morris, 2 down. That's 12 minus 5 is 7, and he just got him. 2 outs, and now the shortstop, UL Washington. And if everybody wants to know what UL stands for, it doesn't stand for anything. Actually, it's his name, UL. 236 average, 5 homers, 41 RBIs in 83. Morris will deal. Morris, 3-5, strikeout 9. 13 minus 5 is 8, so no. Washington, 4-4, and it's grounded to third. Easy play for Hojo, and he'll take his time and toss it over and end the inning. 1-2-3, go the Royals. 2-0 Cats after 3. I guess maybe Chuck Rawlings hasn't recovered from the Lions yesterday. That was a tough. No, I'm sorry, Saturday. That was a tough loss. Top of the fourth, but I was right. I knew Kansas City would beat Baltimore, and I knew Buffalo and Kansas City would be the game. I called that months ago. Leading off for the Tigers is going to be Glenn Wilson. He's 0 for 1. 2-0 Cats, top of the fourth. Leonard, 5-4, hit by pitch. No. Wilson, 1-4, and it's a line out to short. Glove by Washington, 1 away. Next up is Lemon. Lemon is 0 for 1. Denny Leonard, 5-2, error on a grounder. Lemon, 1-4, that's a fly out. It'll be a fly ball to right, and Simpson will get it. 2 down. Here's Cabell. Cabell is 0 for 1. Leonard, he pitches. 3-4, that's at the park. Royal Stadium, 6-6. That's hit hard to center field. That's a 17. That's going to be way too high. Coming on is going to be Otis. He's going to have a lot of room, and he's going to go ahead and get that. And that will retire the side. 1-2-3, go the Cats. 2-0 here as we go to the bottom of inning 4. Top of the order for the Royals. Here's Willie Wilson. He got a single his first time up. He has the only hit so far for the Royals in this game. Morris, 4-3, home run chance. 15 is too high. Wilson, 4-4, ground ball to first. Easy play for Cabell. And he'll take it to the bag himself, 1 out. Here comes Wathan. Wathan is 0 for 1. I like pro wrestling back in my favorite wrestling show of all time was WrestleMania 3. That was my favorite of all time with Hulk Hogan going up against Andre the Giant. That was my favorite wrestling show of all time. I loved it back in the day. Morris will pitch. Morris, 3-4, strikeout 8. No. Wathan, 1-2, grounded to second base. Taken care of there by Whitaker. and he'll make an easy play to first. That'll bring up Mr. Brett. Brett is 0 for 1. Morris will go ahead and pitch. Morris the cat, 2-6, strikeout 7, no chance. Brett, 1-2, and he grounds it to short. Easy play for Trammell. Trammell's got it, tosses it over, retires aside. 1-2-3 go the Tigers. Still leading 2-0 after 4. Quick inning for Jack Morris. Top of the 5th. Coming on for the Cats will be Alan Trammell, and he's 0 for 1. Leonard can pitch to 27. Morris can pitch to 33. Leonard will deal. Leonard, 4-6. Range play at the park. Royal Stadium, 1-4. And that is a fly ball to left field. Going after that is Willie Wilson. His range is a 3, and he'll make the catch. 1 out. Nice play by Wilson to take a possible hit away from Trammell. And now Whitaker. Whitaker's 1 for 2 with a single. Leonard will deal. Leonard, 5-5. Wild pitch. It's a blank. Whitaker, 1-6. Ground out, second base. Frank White will make easy play of that. 2 down. Here's Hojo, future world champion on a team in 1986. Johnson is 0 for 2. Leonard, 2-6. Walk plus 10. And yeah, that'll walk Hojo. It'll walk Johnson. And that is the second walk given up by Leonard. It will now bring up Gibson. Gibson's 1 for 2. 2 men down. Johnson on it first. He had no stolen bases, but we still roll anyway, and nothing is happening there. Leonard will go ahead and pitch. Leonard, 1-2 against the lefty. It's a blank. Gibson, 6-4. Easy grounder to short. Taken care of there by Washington. He'll throw to second to get Johnson. And that will do it. Nothing across except a walk. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Rapidly moving ball game, which is kind of like what I wanted tonight due to the college game coming up. Bottom of the 5th, it'll be Hal McRae leading off for KC. He's 0 for 1. Morris, he'll go ahead and pitch. Michael Peterson joins us here at Royal Stadium. Let's see. Morris, 5-2, strikeout 14 is not happening. McRae, 6-3, hits one into center field. That's a 5 against the righty. It will be a base hit. So McRae gets a leadoff single for the Royals. He'll hold it first. And it will bring up Akins. Akins is 0 for 1. Speaking of Rig, the YouTube channel has been posting the 81 MLB postseason. The posting that left out the team with the best record in baseball. Has to be the Mets, of course. McRae on 1981 Mets were not good. McRae on it first. He had 2 stolen bases. He won't get any here. Morris, 2-3, strikeout, no. Akins, 2-5, ground ball, second base, 3-2-3. Shortstop, pivot, Trammell, 0, 1-3. No, McRae will be thrown out at second. Akins will make it a fielder's choice, 1 out. Here comes Otis. Otis is 0 for 1. Akins, he had no stolen bases in 83, and he won't. That is a 1, no chance anyway. Morris will pitch. Morris, 1-2 against the righty. It's a blank. Otis, 6-4, and that's fly to center field. That'll be an easy play for Lemon. And he's got it for out number 2. Here comes White. White is 0 for 1. Akins on it first. Strategy. Nothing on the 8. Akins stays put. Morris, 6-6. That's a walk plus 10. And that 12. No. 4 minus 3 is 1, plus 10 is 11. Too high. White, 3-5, and he lifts one to right field, but that's going to be easily caught by Wilson, and that will retire the side. No runs and a hit. The ballpark prevents White from walking, and it's 2-0 after 5. Pitchers duel here a bit between Jack Morris and Denny Leonard. Combined ERAs of these two is 7.0. Top of the 6th. I say Frank White belongs in the Hall of the Very Good. I have no problem with that. Leonard will stay on the mound. He's still got a little bit left in the tank. Lance Parrish leads off for the D, for the big D, and he is 2 for 2. He's got a single and a double. Leonard will pitch. Leonard, 6-1 against the righty. Strikeout is a no. Parrish, 3-2, and that's a line drive right to second. White will get it, and that's out number 1. It'll bring up Herndon. Herndon is 0 for 1 with a walk. Leonard, a 2-5, strikeout 4, swing and a miss, struck him out. He'll get him there. That's going to be a K for Leonard, and that's his first strikeout of the game. He only had 31 and 83 due to only playing in 10 starts. As I said, he must have gotten hurt early in the year. Here's Wilson. He's 0 for 2. Leonard will pitch. Leonard, 5-2, error on a grounder. Wilson, 3-2, against a righty. It's a ground ball right back to Dennis Leonard. His error rating is a 20. That's an automatic error. Wilson's going to be safe. That's going to be an E1 on Leonard. It'll be the second error on the Royals. They did have 2 in this game historically, and Dennis Leonard will make an error. So Wilson's safe at first on the E1, and now a chance for Lemon. Lemon is 0 for 2. Wilson had 1 stolen base, and he'll stay there. Leonard, 4-4, walk plus 10. Yeah, that's 6 will walk him, and now the Tigers have a man in scoring position. That is the 3rd walk given up by Leonard. It'll bring up Cabell. Not a home run hitter, but a good overall hitter with that 311 average in 83. Cabell, however, is 0 for 2. 2 outs here. Fans here at Royal Stadium would just like to see the Royals get a win tonight. They got their 9 to go. They start this game tonight 9-17. And the Tigers are 18-9, only a couple of games back of the Yankees in the American League East here in the month of May. Strategy roll. And that's a 20. Leonard turns around, fires to second, and just almost got him, but not quite. Leonard's a 1-3. That 4 just missed it. They want to check the replay. Oh, yeah, that's right. They didn't do that in 83. Leonard, 6-1 against the righty. Strikeout is a no. Cabell, 5-4, and that's an easy ground ball to third. Taken care of there by Brett. And he's going to go ahead and tag the bag and force out Wilson, and that will end the inning. No runs, no hits, a walk, and an error. But that's it for the Tigers, holding on to a 2-0 lead going to the bottom of the 6th. Leading off for the Royals will be Joe Simpson, and he's 0 for 1. Morris the Cat, I sometimes wonder if he really is a Hall of Famer. As I said, I'd write a check for it, but tonight he is pitching like one. Morris, 3-6, range play at the park. Royal Stadium, 2-3. That's a single plus to left field. Going after it is Herndon. His range is a 3, and he'll make the catch. 1 out. Nice play by Herndon. He'll take a single away from Simpson at least. Here's Washington. Washington is 0 for 1. Morris, he'll pitch. 4-5. That's a pitcher result. The 17 is too high either way. Washington, 4-2 against the righty. It's a base hit. He'll slap it past short. And the Royals are the man on. First hit of the game for UL. And we'll now bring up Wilson. Wilson 1 for 2. Singled his first time up. Washington had 40 stolen bases, and he's not getting any here. Morris, 4-4, possible error. Wilson, 4-5, and that's going to be hit to third base. That's going to get picked up by Johnson. Johnson's error rating is a 20, and that's going to be an automatic. That's going to be also an infield single and a throwing error. So Washington will make third. Wilson will make second. And now the Royals got something going on. That's going to be a single and an error, an E5. And that's the first error on the Tigers. They had 2 in this game as well. Howard Johnson's error rating is a 20. Remember, an E question mark is now an automatic infield single with a possible throwing error. So now the batter is Wathan. Wathan is 0 for 2, and they're going to call the infield in. Washington with great speed. So Washington at third, Wilson at second, and nothing on the strat. Morris will go ahead and pitch. Morris, 5-3, range play. Wathan, 3-5. It's a hit ball to left field, and that's Herndon going after it. His range is a 3. He'll get that one. Out number 2. Wathan, a sacrifice fly of 1. Hit to left plus 1 is a 2. And he will bring in Washington. Washington will score automatically. Wilson, a base running rating of 5. Hit to left -2. Herndon, a 0, a 1 to 3. Wilson will take third. And he will. So that's going to be a sacrifice fly. It puts the Royals on the board. It's 2-1. As that does bring in Washington. So a sacrifice fly to left. He gets an RBI for that one. And now with a runner on third, here's Brett. Brett is 0 for 2. 2-1 now. As now the Royals fans have something to cheer about after that. But now there are 2 outs. Morris looking in on Brett. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 17. Morris sets up and deals. Morris, 1-2 against the lefty. It's an automatic out, and it's going to be a grounder to short. Easy play for Trammell. He's got it. Throws to first to end the inning. 1 run on 2 hits and 1 error. The Royals are on the board. It's 2-1 now after 6. Top of the 7th. And it will be Alan Trammell leading off for the Big D. And he is 1 for 3. I'm sorry, he's 0 for 2. My bad. Leonard will pitch. Leonard, 4-2. Strikeout, no. Trammell, 5-2. Hit into left field. An easy play for Wilson. And that is out number 1. Leonard is now tired. They say stay out there and pitch. Here comes Whitaker. Whitaker 1 for 3. He has a single. Denny Leonard, 6-4 against the lefty. It's a blank. Whitaker 1-3, and he grounds it right back to Leonard. Leonard has an easy play, and he'll underhand it to first, 2 down. And now here's Hojo. Johnson 0 for 2 with a walk. Leonard gets the sign. Now he gives the deal. 5-2, error on a grounder. Johnson, 3-3, and that's going to be a fly ball to right. An easy play for Simpson, and he's got it. And that is a 1-2-3 inning for Dennis Leonard. The Tigers have a 2-1 lead here. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I'll be right back. Don't forget, we've got 10-minute ticker still coming up after the ninth game. Our next matchup will be tomorrow night. It will be May 16th. And we're going to go to Milwaukee County Stadium. We've already seen the Brewers, but we've not seen this team. And it's going to be a good one. The Toronto Blue Jays will take on the Milwaukee Brewers. Dave Stieb will be going for the Blue Jays, and Bob McClure will be going for the Brewers. That'll be tomorrow night's game at County Stadium. We get our first look at the Blue Jays in the 1983 season. Stieb and McClure, Toronto and Milwaukee. That will be tomorrow night's game on Inside Pitch. Back to the 7:30 start time, I should say. Bottom of the 7, Tigers have a 2-1 lead here over the Royals. Hal McRae will lead off. He is 1 for 2, singled his last time up. Morris, 5-3, range play. McRae, a 3-3. That ball is hit to left field. That's an 8, and that's going to be a triple, but going after it is going to be Herndon. He's got to make a play. His range is a 3. He's got it. 1 out. He takes a triple away from McRae. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Larry Herndon makes a Sports Center play. And they did, I think Sports Center was active in 1983, and he will make a heck of a play. That would have been a triple. That's out number 1. Here comes Akins. Akins is 0 for 2. Morris, a 3-5 strikeout. No. Akins, 5-3, ground out to short. Trammell's get it, takes his time, tosses it over, 2 down. And now Otis. Otis is 0 for 2, 9-1-79 for ESPN. Thank you there, Tim. Morris will pitch. Morris, 3-1, that's a blank. Otis, 6-1, that's a grounder to short. Take an easy play there for Trammell again. He's got it. Tosses it over and fires to first, and the inning is over. 1-2-3. Go the Royals. Still 2-1 after 7. We go to the top of the 8th. Leading off for the Tigers will be Kirk Gibson. Dennis Leonard is done, and they're going to take him out of the ball game. He pitched very well tonight, but he is tired. They will go to the bullpen. So let's see. They got a left, right, and a right coming up. So coming on to pitch for the Royals is going to be Mike Armstrong. 10 wins, 7 losses, 3 saves, a 3.86 ERA. Armstrong will be the second Royal pitcher, and he can pitch to 7. So Mike Armstrong will come on to pitch for the Royals here. Here's Gibson. He's 1 for 3. He's got a single. Armstrong, 4-2. It's at the park. Royals Stadium, 4-1. That's a power hit to left field. That's a 9. That's a possible home run against a righty. Gibson needs a 13. Does Gibson hit a bomb here at Royal Stadium? No. Actually, doesn't matter. That's actually going to be a long fly out. A hard fly ball to left field, and it's going to die out there. And Wilson will make the catch at the wall. Gibson almost had a bomb. A deep fly ball to left, it just died. Gibson just doesn't get that. That would have been great to see it happen. Here's Parrish. Parrish is 2 for 3, a single and a double. I gave that one a ride. Armstrong with the pitch. Armstrong, 4-4, strikeout, no. Parrish, 6-3, ground out to third. Taken care of there by Mr. Brett. And Brett will throw it over, 2 down. And now we'll have Herndon, who has been a thorn in the side for the Royals in this game out there in left field. He's 0 for 2, though, with a walk. Armstrong, a 4-2 at the park. Royal Stadium, 5-6, and that is a fly to right. And Simpson will come under it and get it, make the catch, and retire the side. 1-2-3, Go the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Morris gets back on the mound. Leading off for the Royals will be Frank White. White is 0 for 2. Morris still got plenty left in the tank. Morris will go ahead and pitch. Morris, 5-5. Hit by pitch. No, that 2 is too high. White, 1-3, and it is a fly to left. Herndon will get to that one easily, and that's out number 1. That'll bring up Simpson. Simpson is 0 for 2. And are they going to let him bat is the question. A 168 average. Let's see what they want to do here. He is in right field. And they are going to they're going to yank him. Simpson coming out of the game and coming on to pinch hit for Simpson is going to be Don Slaught. A 312 average, no homers, 28 RBIs. Cesar Geronimo will take over in right field for the Royals as soon as the inning ends. So that will be it for Simpson as the Royals are going to try to get some offense here. So Morris will pitch to Don Slaught. 1 out here, bottom of the 8th inning. Morris will pitch. 6-1, error on a grounder. Slaught, 4-2. Nope, it's a fly ball to left. And Herndon's going to get that, and that's going to be out number 2. And now the batter is Washington. Washington is 1 for 2, has a single. Morris will go ahead and pitch. Morris, 1-2. Against the switch left, it's an automatic out. And that's going to be a grounder to first, taken care of there by Cabell. He'll take it to the bag himself and retire the side. 1-2-3, go the Royals. And it's still 2-1 after 8. Timeout for a substitution as Geronimo will now take over in right field. He is a 5-0 -1, so actually the same type of player, just doesn't have that good as an arm as Simpson does. So it's a 5-0 -1, and that is in right field for Kansas City. So that means it will be -2, -1, -3. -2, -1, -3. We go to the top of the 9th inning. Armstrong is going to stay on the mound, and he will pitch to Glenn Wilson. Wilson is 0 for 3, but reached on an error his last time up. Armstrong will pitch. Armstrong, 4-2. That's at the park. Wilson, 1-6. It's a single. Wilson hits one into right field. It'll be a base hit. Leadoff man is on for the Tigers. Here comes Lemon. Lemon is 0 for 2 with a walk. Strategy rolls are still on, and nothing happening with Wilson. He'll stay put. Armstrong, a 5-4. That's a walk plus 10. And let's see. 11 -3 is 8, plus 10 is 18. That's a 19. No. Lemon, 5-5. And he hits one hard to left. That's a 4. And against the righty, Lemon's going to have himself a double. Will it score Wilson? Base runner 3. Base runner 3. Double to left. -2. A 1. He will score. He won't. Wilson holds at third. But Chet Lemon gets a big-time hit, and now there's a big insurance run at third base. Here comes Cabell. Cabell is 0 for 3. Infield playing in. Still no one out, top of the 9th. Tigers have a 2-1 lead, but looking to get some insurance. Kickoff has happened. Thank you, sir. Wilson at third, Lemon on at second. Strategy. Nothing on the 16. Armstrong will pitch. Armstrong, 6-6, error on a throw. Cabell, 5-5. That's a ground ball to first. It's a ground ball to first. Willie Aikens has an error rating of 7. That's a 2, and he's going to make a throwing error. He's going to make a throwing error. The question is, where did the ball go? Well, it's going to be an error on a throw, so it really doesn't matter where the ball goes. I think, let's do this. It doesn't really matter. The runners are going to advance one base anyway. The question is he try to get Cabell out, or did he try to throw to the plate? Let's find out. Wilson's base running rating is a 1. So let's see what we roll here. That's a 5. So the throw went to the plate to try to get Wilson, and the catcher, Watson, has a range of 2. Actually, no, it's an automatic, isn't it? No, it's a grounder. So a range of 2. He prevents the ball from getting past him. He doesn't. And so here's what happens. Wilson will score. Lemon goes around third. Cabela's on first. A 1-4, Lemon will score. And he won't. He'll hold at third base. But that's an error. It's 3-1 Tigers. Stadium groans. So that's going to be an E3. That error is on Aikens. And that is the third error on the Royals. And still no one out. And here comes Trammell. Trammell is 0 for 3. Infield still in. But now it's a 3-1 Tiger lead. Strategy rolls are now off. Armstrong will pitch. Armstrong, 3-6, hit by pitch. Plunk, ouch, he hit him. Armstrong hits Trammell, and now the bases are loaded. Hit batter, and now the batter is Whitaker, and that's going to be it for Armstrong as the Royals are going to the bullpen. Armstrong is now tired, so now Whitaker will come up. He's 1 for 4, and they're going to bring on a lefty here. And coming on to pitch for the Royals is going to be their closer for that year, Don Hood. 2 wins, 3 losses, a 2.27 ERA. The infield is still in. Bases loaded, 3-1 Tigers now. But now Don Hood coming on to pitch. Strategy rolls are off. Infield is in. Hood, 1-4. It's a walk plus 10, and that's going to walk Whitaker. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, it won't. My bad. 11, well, let me see. 11 minus 3 is 8, plus 10 is 18. That's a 16. No, it does walk him. I forget, minus 3. And he walks in a run. Stadium groans. 4-1 Tigers. And the runners will move up. Don Hood had 12 walks in 83. He gets one there. Bases are still loaded now for Hojo. Hojo was 0 for 3 with a walk. Still no one out, top of the 9th. 4-1 Tigers now. Hood will pitch. Hood, 5-6. That's at the park. Royal Stadium, 2-2. It's a base hit past second base. Cabell will come in to score. Trammell will have the speed. He will come in to score. Whitaker will make third. Johnson to first. 6-1 Tigers. 2 RBI single by Johnson. Stadium barfs. Yeah. Howard Johnson gets 2 RBIs on that one. And the Tigers have now blown it open here in the 9th. And now here's Gibson. Gibson is 1 for 4. He just missed a homer. Still no one out. But now the Royals are going to are going to keep the infield in. I was going to make them back, but still no one out here in the top of the 9th. Now a 6-1 Tiger lead. As the Royal bullpen just imploding. Hood will pitch to Gibson. Hood, 2-1. It's at the park. Royal Stadium, 2-4. Base hit center field for Gibson. Whitaker will score. Johnson, base runner 3. Single to center Let's see here. Single to center is a 0. 1-3. Johnson gets the third, and he will. Johnson gets the third. Gibson to first. He'll get an RBI. Now 7-1 Tigers. Stadium groans. That'll be it for Hood, as he can't get anybody out. Still no one out here in the top of the 9th. And the Tigers are doing this just on their own. The next batter is Parrish. And coming on to pitch for the Tigers, well, it's now a 6-run lead. And they're going to go with, well, let's bring them in anyway. Coming on to pitch for the Royals is going to be someone who I think should be in the Hall of Fame. Vita Blue. No wins, 5 losses, no saves, a 6.01 ERA. Vita Blue will come in for the Royals, and I think he should be in the Hall of Fame. So Vita Blue will come on to pitch, and he is going to be the 4th pitcher for the Royals. And Vita Blue will now pitch, now with the Tigers, now with a 6-run lead. And now they're just trying to get some outs. Parrish is 2 for 4, a single and a double. The Tigers here have blown it open in the 9th. Johnson on at third, Gibson at first. And with a 6-run lead, I think they may just concede here, but they're going to keep the infield in. Blue will pitch. 5-5. It's a blank. Parrish. 4-1. That is a ground ball to short. Johnson is not going to go. He's going to hold it first. Gibson will get to second. Throw goes to first. He'll hold the third. Gibson gets to second. Throw goes to first. 1 out. So Gibson decides to. So Johnson stays at third base. And now the batter is Herndon. Herndon is 0 for 3. 1 out. Infield still in. Now 7-1 Tigers. Blue will pitch. Blue. 5-4 against the righty. Strikeout. He got him. Called strike 3 on Herndon, and the only way he can get him out is on a 1, and he did. 6 minus 5 is 1. That is a 1, and Herndon can't believe it. And that's going to be a K for Vita Blue. He had 53 of them in 83. So now the Tigers have batted around. Here's Wilson. Wilson got a single to start the inning. Johnson on at third, Gibson on at second. Blue will pitch to Wilson. Now there are 2 outs. Blue with the pitch. 3-6, strikeout 18, no. Wilson, 4-3, and it's a fly ball to center field. That's going to be caught there by Amos Otis. He makes the catch and retires the side. 5 runs, 1, 2, 3, 4 hits, 1 error, 1 walk, and 1 hit batter. 7-1 Tigers suddenly, now going in the bottom of the 9th. But will we see some 9th inning magic? We go to the bottom of the 9th. Leading off for the Royals will be Willie Wilson. Jack Morris going for the complete game. And also something else, but I'll tell you that if he makes it. Wilson is 2 for 3. He's got 2 singles today. Morris trying to get the game over with. 7-1 Tigers here as they blew it open here in the 9th inning. So Morris will go ahead and he will pitch. Morris, 1-4. Home run result, but the 19 is a no. Wilson, 4-4, and it's a ground ball to first. That'll be handled there by Cabell. He'll take it himself for out number 1. That'll bring up Wathan. Wathan is 0 for 3. Morris will go ahead and he will pitch. Morris, 4-2, strikeout, no. Wathan, 4-4, and he pumped it up. That's a pop fly ball to short. Tram will go ahead and make the catch. That is out number 2. 2 away, and the last chance for the Royals will be George Brett. Brett is 0 for 3. Morris looking in on Brett. 7-1 Tigers. They opened it up on the Royals in the 9th inning. Brett trying to keep the game going. Morris trying to shut it down. The fans that are still here at Royal Stadium hoping Brett can do it. And here comes the pitch. Morris, 4-6 against the lefty. Strikeout 10. No. Brett, 1-5. And it's a fly ball to right field. Getting over there is going to be Glenn Wilson. He takes a couple of steps to his right, puts out his glove, block, and the ball falls into it. That's your game. The Tigers will beat the Royals 7-1, and for the first time ever in the network, in my games, Jack Morris faced the minimum. Jack Morris faced 27 batters, and that's it. It's not a perfect game, but he does pitch only to the minimum 27 batters. Jack Morris pitches to the minimum batters for the game, 27, and that is it. Nothing across for the Royals, and the Tigers win it 7-1 as Jack Morris pitches to the minimum. He did give up 4 hits, but there was a double play. There was a double play and a throw out. He pitched to only 27 batters. Not a perfect game, but I'll call it a perfect outing. Final line score coming up. Never mind. Clee Baseball fan is right. I can't count. Never mind. Clee Baseball fan is right. I can't count. It's 30, not 27. As usual, somebody in the chat's got to ruin it, but Clee Baseball fan is right. Never mind. He's right. 30 batters. My bad. It sounded good anyway. For the Tigers, 7 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. For the Royals, 1 run, 4 hits, and 3 errors. The winning pitcher was Jack Morris. He does go the distance, though, gets the complete game. The loss does go to Dennis Leonard. He'll take the loss. So a good win here for the Tigers. I thought maybe he got it, but I can't count today. That's what happens. But that's what happens when you're not counting. Anyway, it's a big win for the Tigers. We're still not done. 10-minute ticker is next. Yep, Clee Baseball fan is right. I can't count. I was looking at something. I thought, wait a minute, but I said, nah, what do I know? It's all right. Still a very impressive game. So never mind. Nothing for the network tonight. But still a heck of a game by Jack Morris. It is now time for the 10-minute ticker, brought to you by FastScore Baseball. So Detroit gets the win, 7-1 over the Royals. The Tigers will go to 19-9. The Royals now drop to 9-18. Let's see how the rest of the majors go. May 13th, Minnesota at California. Twins, 9-24. That is 3. Angels, 18-35, and that is 5. They'll win for the Angels. Toronto at Cleveland. Blue Jays, 19-25. That is 4. Indians, 13-34, and that is also 4. They will go to extras. Let's see here. Toronto rolls. Both teams roll a 1. Toronto is a 0, and Cleveland is a -1. Believe it or not, Toronto is going to win the ball game in extras. White Sox and the Yankees. White Sox 1134, that is 4. Yankees 622, and that is 2. And that is a win for the White Sox. Mariners and the Athletics. Mariners 431, and that is 2. Athletics 1262, that is 7. And that's a win for the A's. Baltimore at Texas. Orioles 726, and that's 3. Rangers 465, that's 7. That's a win for the Rangers. Baltimore is still trying to find themselves. Philadelphia and the Cubs. Phillies 12-12, that's 1. Cubs 10-65, that's 9, a win for the Cubs. Giants and the Reds. Giants 20-62, and that's 9. Reds 8-14, that's 1. That's a win for the G-Men. Braves and the Astros. Braves 16-44, that's 6. Astros 9-26, and that is 3. That's a win for the Braves. Mets and the Pirates. The Mets are still in first place in the National League East. Go figure that one out. Mets 252, and that is 4. Pirates 665, that's 8. It's a win for the Jolly Roger. Dodgers and the Padres. Dodgers 553, and that is 5. Padres 812, that's 1, a win for the Dodgers. Expos and the Cardinals. Expos 1165, and that is 9. Cardinals 1546, and that is 6. It's a win for the Expos. May 14th, Minnesota at California. Twins 1266, that's 10. Angels 14-12, that's 1. They blitz them. Toronto and Cleveland. Blue Jays 14-41, that is 5. Indians 11-43, and that is also 5. They will go to extras. Again, both teams roll a 4. Toronto a 0, Cleveland a -1. The Blue Jays will win another game in extras. Detroit and Kansas City. Tigers 12-64, that is 8. Royals 23-41. And believe it or not, that's only 6. The Tigers won another game. Boston at Milwaukee. Red Sox 12-46, that's 5. Brewers 12-56, that's 7, a win for the Brew Crew. White Sox and the Yankees. White Sox 20-35, that is 5. Yankees 10-36, that's 4. And now the White Sox are finally making some moves. Mariners and the Athletics. Mariners 18-51 and 7 runs. Oakland 7-31, and that is 3. And that's a win for the Mariners. Baltimore at Texas. Orioles 11-56, that is 7. Rangers 121, that's 1. And that is a win for the Blackbirds. Giants and the Reds. Giants 15-66, that's 11. Reds 10-63, that's 7. Another win for the G-Men. Braves and the Astros. Braves 10-23, that's 3. Astros 641, and that is 4. That is a win for the Astros. Mets and the Pirates. Mets 3-13, and that's 0. Pirates 8-16, and that is 2. Another win for the Jolly Roger. Dodgers and the Padres. Dodgers 7-16, that is 2. Padres 5-63, and that is 6. And another win for the Padres. They're playing very well. Expos and the Cardinals. Expos 10-43, and that is 5. Cardinals 541. That's 3. And that's a win for the Spos. May 15th, Minnesota, California. Twins 1446. And that's 6. Angels 1813. And that's only 2. It's a win for the Twin Cities. Detroit at Kansas City. Tigers 2133. And that's 5. Royals 853, and that is 5 as well. They go to extras. Detroit rolls a 2 plus 0. Kansas City rolls a 4 plus 3 is 7. And the Royals will get themselves a win. Boston at Milwaukee. Red Sox 533, and that is 3. Brewers 1245, and that is 5. A win for the Brew Crew. We'll see them tomorrow night along with Toronto. White Sox and the Yankees. White Sox 1232, and that is 4. Yankees 826, and that is 3. And the White Sox beat the Yankees again. Seattle at Oakland. Mariners 432, that is 3. Athletics 844, that's 4. The A's will get the win. Baltimore at Texas. Orioles 1221, 2 runs. Rangers 1414, 2 runs. They're going to extras. Baltimore rolls a 2 plus 0. Texas rolls a 6. Minus 4 is 2. It's a tie, which means the Rangers will win by virtue of home field. Philadelphia and the Cubs. Phillies 1054, that's 6. Cubs 664, and that's 7. A win for the Cubs. Giants and the Reds. Giants 1561, and that is 8. Reds 155, that is 5. Another win for the G-Men. Braves and the Astros. Braves 1216, and that's 2. Astros 323, and that is also 2. Those 2 will go into extras. Atlanta rolls a 6, minus 4 is 2. Houston rolls a 1, plus 2 is 3. The Astros are going to win it in extras. Dodgers and the Padres. Dodgers 465, that is 7. Padres 136, and that is 3. A win for the Dodgers. Expos and the Cardinals. Expos 1011, that is 0. Cardinals 1342, and that will be 4. And that's a win for the Redbirds. That is your 10-minute ticker. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow will be May 16th. We'll be back to 7:30 normal start time. We will be at County Stadium as the Toronto Blue Jays will take on the Milwaukee Brewers. Dave Stieb will be going for the Blue Jays, and Bob McClure will be going for the Brewers. Good matchup there in the American League. Hope you'll join us for tomorrow night. Blue Jays and Brew Crew, Stieb and McClure, be there or be square. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out to the turnstiles. Subscribe if you're not done so, and make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Jack Morris goes the distance. He only pitches to 30 batters, and it's enough. As they blitz Kansas City 7-1. We'll see you guys tomorrow night. Have a good one, guys.